welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer Scrapping Kane. Today I'm sharing another layout for Christy's Beautiful Life, Series 17. And this sketch is by Liz Morales Santos. So I have an 8.5 by 11 layout. I'm going to show photos enough for another layout plus a double page layout. The double page layout and the other layout will be up tomorrow. I just didn't have time with this layout to add it on with this video. But I'm going to do a little bonus with the double page tomorrow just because it's fairly simple. It's kind of complicated as far as what it took to put it together, but it's not a very detailed layout. So I'm going to share that tomorrow with my other layout. So here you can see I have a few scraps. This is Simple Stories family night, game night. It has all the game stuff on it. So like there's different little sayings for basically board games and video games. And I used it for another layout for my son for his birthday. And this time I'm using it again. This is his 12th birthday. And we went go-kart riding, just him and I. This was after he had broke his wrist, basically a week before he turned 12 years old. So we ended up not having a birthday party or anything. He ended up being in a cast for 6 weeks. So after those 6 weeks, I told him I would take him go-karting and we would have some fun since we weren't able to really celebrate his birthday. Of course, he had cake and ice cream, but we weren't able to do anything fun with a broken wrist. So here I have the puffy stickers, I have the foam stickers, I have an alpha from Whatevs, which is an American Crafts collection. Sorry. And then the 12 by 12 sticker sheet, which I still have quite a few stickers on there. When I get done with all three of these layouts, I don't have a whole lot left. But that's okay, because my goal is to use it up, get it in the albums. I absolutely love the checkered flag paper, and this one here, I have a scrap of red and a scrap of blue, and then I have all these tickets, and actually by the time I get done, not with this layout, almost that entire sheet of tickets is gone, and I didn't use it just as a ticket strip. I actually really like the way that layout turned out, so you'll have to stay tuned tomorrow for that one. Here is the background paper I'm actually going to use for the double page layout. That's a Vicki Boutin paper, and it's just plain blue. It kind of matched the sky in the photos, so I went with it. And then that like tealy green color, the stars. This one here is from Simple Stories Galaxy something, part of the Disney collections, the Say Cheese. I just like the stars on it, so I pulled that one in. And then I have another one of the blue ones, a full sheet. This gear one I have here, and I'm actually going to use that in the next two layouts, but I only use a little bit of it. This go-kart one I'm going to use today. This was from the Galaxy Simple Stories. So a lot of those ones, like the ones that are for Say Cheese and they're park themed, they actually match this family game night collection also because they're the same bright colors. And I'm actually going to bring in, actually, I don't think I bring it in on this one. I'm going to bring in a yellow paper from one of the Disney collections also. But here I'm going to cut out this zoom paper, and I have my arrow already traced, and it's a little bit bigger than 8.5, so I'm going to have to cut it down just slightly. But I'd rather it be bigger than not big enough, so I just made it bigger first. I wanted the red card to be at the tip of the arrow, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to keep it in while I cut out this one here, and then I will magically have all three of them cut out. I just wanted to show how I, created the arrows in case anybody else was curious. I could have used my silhouette. In all honesty, it probably would have been easier, but this was just as easy. I just made an arrow with using a ruler and made it on some copy paper and then copied it onto the pattern paper and cut them out. So there I have all three. At first I thought I was going to use the star paper as my background. I decided to go digging in the papers and I found this one from Paper Rose, which is from their Animal Kingdom collection, but it's just kind of a subtle white background, kind of looks like cement or like mixed media in the background. Most of it gets covered up anyways, but um, I would rather use pattern paper than cardstock, just my preference. So that's what I did. And I did ink up the edges of the arrows with black ink. And my black ink that I use is StazOn ink. So I went ahead and did that all off camera just because that's kind of annoying, and I do it to everything. So everything is inked up and ready to go. So I'm just putting it together and show you guys how I embellish. I kind of sort of followed the sketch as far as, you know, what she had on the layout: 2 photos, 3 arrows, and that's about it. The rest of it, I just kind of, whatever I liked, that's what I put down. Right here, I'm adding I had 2 ephemera packs. One came in a kit with a design team, and then the other one I had already bought. So I ended up with 2 ephemera packs. So that's how I have 2 flag banners. I put one on each photo. And these photos just cracked me up because, again, he's 12 and he didn't want me to take pictures. So my title is actually "Go Away" because that's what he's doing, is he's holding his hands up, blocking his face, not allowing me to take photos of him while we are getting ready to ride in go-karts. And these weren't going to be the best photos anyways, because obviously I'm behind him instead of in front of him as I'm trying to take pictures of him. And we weren't racing yet. We weren't allowed, to take pictures while we were racing, of course, because, no cell phones while you're driving, even if it's a go-kart. So, but I wanted to get a couple of pictures of him before we were racing, and he was just not having it. So he does let me take pictures of him, though, and as you probably saw at the beginning, I do have pictures of him actually driving, or not driving the car, but sitting in the car. I rode almost every time he did, so I never did get any pictures of him just driving the car. And this was actually one of his first times actually driving the car by himself. Before this, he was too small to actually drive, so he always had to be in the car with somebody else. So this was lots of fun for us to just play around and drive go-karts. So here I'm gonna I had these facing the wrong way, so I need to retrim them up and face them the other way. And that was fairly easy to do, but kind of tedious. I had to ink up the other side so that I could face them the other way. And they just say admit one on them, but basically I'm just using them for the colors. So I'm just popping them here at the corner of the photo the same way I did at the bottom photo. It kind of looks to me like smoke coming out of the car, so that's why they're at the bottom of the photo. And then this one here is popped up on play foam. As you can see, I already did that, and I'm going to place that down. And then up at the top, like I said, it's going to say "Go Away." I'm going to use those little black stickers. These are not the best stickers. They are not enamel, epoxy, and they're starting to curl up. They're not laying flat like they should. So I'm hoping that they stay on long term. I did glue them down with liquid glue, but I just I don't know. I definitely won't be buying these ones again. I already have 2 packages of them, but luckily I got them at Joann's before they were deciding to close, so they were even a better deal. They were like 40% off or whatever that week. So I didn't pay full price for them, but it's still kind of a bummer that you buy them and then they don't stay long term or they don't last. So that's kind of annoying, but I've kind of learned with epoxy, epoxy is not the best thing to use long term. I have lots of epoxy flare or little epoxy um, like the ones from Doodlebug, and Bella Boulevard makes some also little epoxy stickers, and they're either yellowing or they're curling up, just like these letters are. So I don't buy those anymore. And if I would have realized these were epoxy, I probably wouldn't have bought these ones either. But I already have them, so I would like to use them. And I'm going to put the 12 on a different layout, so I decided not to add that. And down at the bottom, I put Let's Race, no photos. And pretty much that's it. And then I will have, like I said, another 8.5 by 11 layout tomorrow, along with a double 8.5 by 11 layout with this same birthday. So here's a few close-ups. I hope you guys enjoyed today's layout. Please like and subscribe and come back and see me again tomorrow for 2 more birthday layouts. Bye!